MDC XT16HR Island Off-Grid Extreme, Truma Onboard Tough Tracks Mega Hub Renogy. So much to talk about. You're going to want to see this. Hello everyone, I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV. Today I'm going to show you around one of my favorite MDC trailers. This is the XT16HR Island OGE. A lot of letters, a lot of numbers there, and what that means is basically this trailer is ready to go off-road. It's extremely rugged. It is built for the Australian outback, and OGE, well, that's off-grid extreme. That's what so many of you are looking for. Now, you may have seen our quick look view pretty recently, but this has so many great features. I want to be sure you can see everything in depth and get to know what it can do. This trailer's 22 feet, 1 inch long, and it only weighs about 5,500 pounds. The tongue weight is under 500 pounds, so this guy's ready to travel. I'm going to tell you all the details about the suspension, the ruggedness, the off-grid capabilities in just a minute, but for now, I want to go inside and show you how luxurious it is. That is the fascinating part. Let's go. Just walking in, it feels like quality and it feels like luxury. I'm going to start right up here in the sleeping area. The reason it's called a 16 Island, yeah, it's a little bit different than the terms we use here in the US, but what that means is that it's a walk-around bed. Okay, if you think about it, it makes sense. So this bed gives you extra aisleways because the top piece of it is separate. Now, right now, it's all wrapped up because we like our customers to get, of course, a fresh mattress. It's a very nice pillow top, very comfortable. It's a 1 inch shorter than the width of a queen bed and 2 inches shorter in length. So very close to a queen bed. And, you know, the reason they split it up like this is so you can have some nice walkway here. But if you wanted to set up this bed permanently and put your own mattress here, you could do it. Your walkway gets maybe a foot wide, but, you know, you could squeeze through sideways when you needed to. But the thing is, this is better than a Murphy bed or a foldable bed. Who loves those creases? That's nobody. But the crease in this one with the two-piece bed is way at the top. You're not going to feel it on your back. You're not going to feel it on your legs. It is going to be invisible when you lay down on it. It's just a brilliant situation. Now, I'm going to show you all around the top, and then I'm going to show you how you pull this out. So let's scoot back over here. You have this really nice padded headboard, which covers the back of the trailer. Storage all the way across the top. Now these latches, let's just start there. They are meant for off-grid. You punch it to have it pop out, and you see that on a lot of trailers, but then you have to turn it. So it's basically a double latch. Right here, you have to unlock it, then twist it. Inside, you're about a foot deep here. Of course, you are on the curve, but you're about 10 inches high, a foot deep. This can hold a lot of clothes, and you've got two of them right next to each other. Then coming down the side, you've got another compartment right here, same depth, a little bit taller, and a shirt closet underneath. The bar is there, but this goes down about a foot below where you can see right here on the top of the ledge. So it's a very deep closet. If you have a lot of hanging clothes, that's going to be nice. They're not going to be all wadded up underneath. However, if you don't use the hanging bar, you've got a nice deep space to fill up with clothing. You could even add another shelf up here. I feel like I don't need to talk to you guys about mods because you're really good at it. We learned lots of things from seeing what you guys put in the shelves and, you know, how you store things. But there is a lot of storage all the way around this bed without making it feel cramped or closed in. Now, down below, You have 110 and the charging ports on both sides. And this charging port is going to be the 12-volt cigarette lighter style. And then on the right, a USB and a USB-C. So you've got every type of plug there. Love that. And down below, of course, wireless charging pad. If you can't charge everything that you need to charge next to your bed, you got too much stuff, because it's all available right here. Reading lights right here, just on and off with a touch. Very simple to operate. This is a good place to talk about the cabinetry. This is a solid panel cabinetry with the laminate on top, and the gray tone just gives it that really rich feel. It kind of blends in with the Dinette, which is maybe a dark putty color, not a brown, not a gray, kind of in between. And then the white walls. So all of this high gloss, all the contrast, that is part of what makes it feel so rich. This is also a very good place to talk about ventilation, because you've got two very large windows on both sides. Then you have a vent right up here. So all three of these are going to open. All of the windows here are going to be a dual pane acrylic, so you get all the insulating factors that come with that. And open the latches. They have 3 different settings. This is the first one, and you just push it till it clicks. There's a click, so you can open it there. Another click, you've got it all the way open. Great features on the windows, and of course, you've got the pull-down screen. I do love that this pull-down screen isn't pleated. It is just a straight screen, and this one is a blackout shade. You don't have to worry about making sure those pleats go in the right space and don't get all crinkled up. If you need ventilation, you've got the Sirocco fans on both sides. These fans are really spectacular. They move a tremendous amount of air. They have 3 speeds, and the best part, you can point them literally in any direction. So you can undo the clamp here and move this all around to wherever you want it to go. Then you've got this piece that turns up and down. Now when we turn this fan on, the turn-ons are right here on the side. You have a timer that you can set. You've got 3 speeds, and everybody's like, wow, but they look dangerous. But you can stick your finger in here. You're not going to hurt yourself. So yeah, you don't have that big bulky fan feel, but you get a lot of air moving. And like I said, easy to turn it up to the highest speed, or just touch the side and turn it off. They look good. They work fabulously. What else is there, right? 2 built-in fans. You don't have to bring your own. This center view is the same thing. It's kind of a stargazer window. It's kind of a hatch. Open this up, but this opens completely. It opens up, so if you just want all the air to go out the top and you want fresh air coming in, you don't have to worry about closing something on it. Just open it up. You get all the fresh air. So that's up there, but of course you have the blackout shade for sleeping or for just darkening the trailer. Lights all the way around. They have their own separate switch. Really beautiful way to get tons of ventilation right here by the bed. Now let me show you how this bed works, because yeah, they've done a great job with this. You've got 2 sliding panels under this mattress. Let me see if I can lift it up and show you. So under here, these 2 panels simply slide out, and then you give the mattress a pull and drop that back piece in. Right now they're zip tied together, but we'll show you how that works. Very easy to do and very easy to put back in the morning. Again, it is accessible if you wanted to leave it out, but yeah, up to you. Also, you can lift it up completely, just like a standard panel under a bed. There is storage under there, and there's lots of great gear. So let me lift it up and let's take a peek. Right under here, The plastic tub on the left is what comes with your trailer, and there's a lot of gear in there. Your power cord comes in there, some of the extras that come with the trailer. So you may or may not want to carry that underneath the bed. Some of that may not even come with you. It's really a matter of what type of camping you're doing and what you need. There is a little bit of storage over there, and what you're seeing in that bag is going to be the outside shower tent. So that is in the right-hand side. But what's really important to look at is the power that's underneath this bed. So on the left is the 3,000 watt inverter. That is going to allow you to run air conditioners, all the power in here. That is what's going to really get you off grid. It's going to take all that battery power and turn it into 110 to run everything. Now on the right, that is the MPPT, which is basically the power center. To the left, the DC to DC charger. You have a 50 amp DC to DC built in here, so all you need to do is add the piece on your vehicle and you're going to be able to charge these batteries really quickly. One of the best parts is you have 800 amp hours of lithium in here. Underneath the dinette seats, 400 amp hours in both sides. You are ready to go off grid and you've got plenty of power. So there is, as you can see, a little space under here. I also see the television that has not been unpacked and put out, and that is going to go right up here as well. So very easy to watch from bed, turn around and watch from the dinette. We just haven't set it up yet. Yeah, I get it. You may not think TVs belong if you're off grid and you're camping. Yeah, no problem. It can live there, or you can take it out and find it a new home. However, you may find yourself in a rainy day or just wanting to catch up on a few things and relax. It's always good to have. And if you're talking luxury, yeah, why not have a television? All right. So great storage under here, some nice gear. This is part of your off-grid system. Let's drop this down. Now these gas props, I'll tell you, they are stiff. It takes a little bit for me to drop this bed, but that's good because it's not going to fail on you. That is one of the things on so many trailers that you have to replace right away. So I have to give it a little bit of a tug to get it started. And then it goes down and we're good to go. So right up here, the bracket on the back of that TV is going to slide right in. You have the 12 volt, the cable connection, and 110 plug-in at the top. So you're ready to go. No mounting that you have to do at all. Now right here on the end, you've got a countertop extension. Yeah, I mean, countertop is always what you're looking for when you're looking in a small trailer. Sometimes there isn't much. Sometimes it's flimsy, sometimes it's hard to manage. This is very solid, looks great, and easy to put up and down. All you do is reach underneath. There's two little latches, and it folds right back down and gets out of the way. Don't have to hassle with it. That's awesome. Now over here, the sink. You know, I don't know why I really like the black sink, but if you're looking at aesthetics in this trailer, what a great choice. You have the black sink, the black top here, black underneath the stove, matches perfectly up here. I know it's an off-grid trailer. That really is the best part. But the fact that everything looks great and just feels well thought out, I think that's a bonus if you're looking for luxury. So this folds right up. You've got a single handle here, very easy to operate. And when you're not using it, you've got countertop. Same thing over here with the 3-burner stove. One thing I love about MDC is they give you a nice size stove. You do have an oversized burner over here. This stove is exactly the same in your outside kitchen. Nothing small, nothing, miniature size. They want you to have great cooking inside, great cooking outside. Again, drop this down when you're not using it, and there is plenty of horizontal space here. Nice window on the back too. That's a plus. The hood vent, of course, is going to have a fan and a light. Let's see, right there. So you've got everything you need. You'll see right up above that is going to be controls for your power center. Let's jump into that. I know the power center is kind of all over the trailer, but as we're moving through it, I'm going to show you what is in that area. So right here, everything is Renogy. So I like to start over here on the right where you've got the Renogy one core monitor. That is going to monitor your power. It's going to tell you how much you're using, how much time you have left. It is going to give you all of the charging from your system. It is really the brains of the operation. You can also get the app on your phone. That's great too. Very easy. You don't even have to get up and look. Now next to that, you've got water tank heating. So you get in cold weather, just flip those switches, turn on your water tanks, heaters, not your water tanks, your heaters on your water tanks, and that is going to keep it from freezing. I mean, yeah, camp in all kinds of weather. Why wouldn't you? They'll also protect you when you're driving down the road. That's very often where I find I need it because I'm not running the furnace inside. I'm not using the water at all. I'm just driving. And not only is there some wind, but, you know, I might go through an area up in the mountains that's colder. So tank heaters, great. Flip them on right here. Just above, you've got the battery disconnect. And to the left, all the resettable fuses that are perfectly marked. So nice to have that. And it's not a little stick-on that's going to peel off. It is actually part of the panel. So over time, this is going to look just like it does now. Now, you have switches for every piece that you're using as well. Because if you're off-grid, you want to be sure you're not using any power that you don't intend to. So each item is switched right here. Again, very well marked. So easy to maneuver. And it's all in a cabinet that for most of you will be easy to see. For me, I have to kind of tippy-toe it to see everything because I'm only 5 foot tall. That might be helpful for some of you. It is 6'6" to the ceiling in here. So yeah, plenty of room. You're going to dip just a little bit with the air conditioner. This trailer comes with the Truma Aventa. And that is going to give you another inch, maybe inch and a quarter there. That's going to come down, but blows in both directions. It is going to keep this super cool. Right up here, you do have some kitchen storage. Let's open it up. It is the full depth all the way back to the wall and about 10 inches tall. Stereo right here, and of course it has Bluetooth, so you're good to go there. You have a tank monitor here if you just want to quickly see what your tanks have. This trailer has two 21-gallon freshwater tanks, one 21-gallon gray tank. Black tanks, well, that's a cassette toilet. We'll get to that in just a bit. Now, right up here on the end, that is going to control your furnace and your water heater. You know, Truma does such a good job in making things that are efficient, easy to operate. Right here on the front, all your controls. One of the things I look for in a trailer that feels nice is not a whole bunch of controls that just cover a wall. So everything is right here. That pretty much is it, besides the switches as you come in the door that I'll show you on the way out. Now let's continue with the kitchen because there is great storage down here. Now you'll notice these bottom three have vents on them, and that is because they are equipment. This is not storage down here, but it's easy access to the water pump, some of the water system, so any kind of maintenance or checking right there. On this side, same thing. You've got your Truma piece right here, and then you've got all the lines running through. If you're winterizing, you need to cut off some lines. You've got some cutoff switches. That makes it very easy to access. So right underneath. Now the storage is above. So you've got a really nice space here. Goes all the way back. And you notice there is lighting right underneath this counter. And that lighting is going to light up these cabinets when you open them. And over here, really nice drawer. Probably 4 or 5 inches deep. Just huge. And right around the corner, you've got the microwave and another huge cabinet. So let's open this up. Now that is really deep, probably 15, 18 inches deep. In the back, you'll see the controls to fine-tune the omnidirectional antenna at the top and the plug-in for the microwave. You always want that to be accessible, because if the microwave catches on fire or you put something in there you shouldn't, well, easy to unplug it. So that is in the end, but there's still plenty of storage space up there. Underneath, they've got the LED light, which is really nice, lighting up this area. And the dinette, it's really comfortable. They do a nice thick cushion, a thick back. You know, sometimes the dinettes are too big for me, and sometimes they're really small, and I'm worried about other people fitting, but this is kind of that mid-size. The table's not huge, but it's extremely sturdy. I really appreciate the clip-in system. Now, it's easy to make into a bed, but then the tricky part is unmaking it. Very simple to do. Just undo these clips on the bar down below, lift it up, clip it back in, and unfold the leg. Super simple. Now, it really is made for 2 adults. Yeah, maybe you could squeeze in a kid right here if you needed to. Maybe bring an extra foldable chair to put on the end. In all seriousness, it is a 2-person dinette. If you drop the table down and you need another sleeping area, it's 5 foot 1 inch. That is if you remove these back cushions. And that's great for me. Might not be great for everyone, but it is an additional sleeping space if you need it. It's 32 inches wide, and, you know, why not make it into a bed if you need a little extra space there? You've got this great window here. The windows on both sides, one behind the sink, one at the dinette. That opens up the space, doesn't make it feel cramped or small. This is not a huge trailer. At 5,500 pounds, to have all this gear in it, it's pretty incredible. So you can get lots of great airflow just sitting right here enjoying the outside. The refrigerator, maybe you're not used to a tall, narrow refrigerator, but I assure you there is plenty of space in here. You've got the wall shelves, a really nice size freezer, not a baby one. You can fit more than a tiny ice cube tray in there. So yeah, bring that ice cream. On a hot day, you might really want it. Right up above, more storage, and that is the entire depth of this refrigerator and the width. So a really nice space, probably 2 feet deep up there. So that is a nice feature as well. Now right behind me is the bathroom. Again, I'm so impressed with the luxury they're able to provide in this trailer in a real solid way, because remember, this trailer is built to go off-road, bounce around, and they have just built it for that. So first thing I want to point out is the door. It is a nice sliding door. I love the laminate, easy to clean. And when you want to lock it down, you've got a latch at the top, and then you've got a stopper at the bottom. So before you travel, latch it down. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to damage anything bouncing back and forth. The toilet paper holder is right here on the back of the wall. And in 2 different places, they have put fold-out hangers, to call them something. They're bars that fold out that you can actually put your clothes on, or you could hang anything, a wet towel, whatever you need. But there is one in the shower. There's also one right here. Just a small touch to make it, more useful. You've also got hooks above the shower door. So any small thing you'd like to hook up there, or maybe you get out of the shower, put your towel up there. So everything is here for you. You don't have to do all those command hooks and mods. Hanging towel bar, not just a hook to put it on, and a soap holder right on the wall as well. You know, all very stylish, all ready to go. Vessel sink with a really high spout, just beautifully done, and the wood countertop that matches the rest of the trailer. And when you talk about counter space, that's usually what you give up in a nice bathroom in a trailer this size. But there is plenty of counter space, a full mirror behind it, and storage at the top. I mean, when you're talking about storage, I think there's as much storage in this bathroom as there is the rest of the trailer. It's pretty incredible. It's about a foot deep here. You've got two big bins at the top. I love the LED strip underneath. It lights everything up beautifully, but you've also got the LED strip at the top. So you've got that kind of, you know, indirect lighting, same as you've got in the main cabin. You've got indirect lighting above and the LED strip below. Just beautifully done. Now, down below, look at the space here. Now, okay, the drawer is only maybe 10 inches long, but it's about 5 inches deep, and you've got 5 of them. 5 of them. Over here on the left, this space, you can see the vent on the front. There is a little bit of storage there, but it actually is access to all the lines. So you're going to want to be careful what you put in here. Now, before we talk about this cassette toilet, there is more storage right here. You've got a bar in front to hold things there, but also you've got a dirty clothes bin. I mean, seriously, this is so well designed. So lots of great space. One more cabinet right here, because you can never have too much storage. And you've got 2 nice spaces right there, maybe 8 inches deep and 8 or 10 inches wide. And above that, of course, every type plug that you would possibly need. Now let's talk about the cassette toilet. If you're not familiar with it, it is one of the best off-road ways to have a black tank. And the reason is because it is self-contained. It holds about 5 gallons. It has its own water system, and it's very easy to dump. You don't have to find a dump station. You just pull it out and you extend the handle and walk it like a suitcase. It's easy to do. I'll show you a little bit more on the outside, but a really nice way to set this up. And it's not a low, cheap toilet. It's almost too tall for me. So really nice. Plenty of space here. You know, the other extras that they've added is you've got a nice vent fan up there. It's got the lights all the way around it and a window at the end. Beautifully done. Let's take a peek at the shower because, yeah, they didn't skimp there either. So you know I mentioned the height in the trailer is 6'6", and you go down to about 6'3", 6'2" in here if you count the drop down on the fan. So not quite as tall, but great for most of you. You've got the bar right here, which is adjustable so that handheld can go up and down to the right height. And of course, single handle, very well done with the black appliances in here. Black shelf, you've got a towel bar underneath and a second shelf with another bar underneath. So this setup right here is functional and, you know, really nice looking. The space, well, there's plenty of space in here. I know, I'm a little person, but I mean, look at the space. You guys can do this. Up here, the fan with the lights around it, and there is what I was telling you about is that fold-out bar, so you can hang towels, clothes, whatever it is you need to hang up there. And when you don't need it, it folds flush against the wall. The last thing I want to mention is this is a one-piece shower. So you don't have all those seams. The floor is molded into the side and it's all the sides, no cracks on the edges. Very well done, easy to maintain, and you don't have to worry about checking the caulk. There is a little bit of caulking around the door, but that's it. So super nice. Yeah, very well done. And you don't have to step up 17 inches to get into it. That's one of my favorite parts. You just step into the shower. Feels very residential. There's a lot to talk about in this trailer, so let's head outside. There's a lot more to show you. I'm going to start right here with this door. It's different than you'll see on anything in the US that I've ever seen anyway. It's a little different because the inside is a full screen, not a half screen. So it comes apart right here, and the screen door is separate. So you can get full airflow. If you're not using the air conditioner, you want to get that breeze going in there. and you have this grid on top of it, so your dog's not going to come through. It's not going to be prone to punctures. That is really different than what we see here, and I really love that. You'll notice there's a vent right here. It is covered from the outside. That is something that is required in Australia. A little different here. Most people just keep it covered, but yeah, it's different. This nice powder-coated diamond plate that is going to keep your trailer working well and well protected from whatever might brush up against it on the side. So these two, they click right back together, very simple. And I want to show you that there's 3 connections here on the door, one at the top, one in the center, and one at the bottom. So when you shut this door and lock it, you see you're going to be latched in 3 places. When you get off-grid, you get on rough terrain, you don't want this door moving around and popping open. So this is a really nice setup for a door. You know, it makes a difference if you're going off-road, if you need the ventilation and you want something that's going to last. Right in here, we talked about the television. Maybe it's something that's not interesting to you, but if it is, you can have outside entertainment very easily. It just lifts right off the slat that's inside, and you slide it right back in here. You've got both plugs right there ready to hook up. So you have a nice outdoor entertainment center. Now up above, you'll see there's a catch right here. Lock this door open, and I want to go down, talk about the suspension on this. This is part of what makes it such an off-road trailer. You have the heavy-duty 16-inch mud tires right here. They're load-rated E, ready to go on any terrain. And behind that, you have the 12-inch mega hubs. The suspension on this is going to be the X-Track independent coil suspension. So you have got lots of travel when you get in that rough terrain. And in addition, on both sides, you've got the Tough Trax heavy-duty shock absorbers. This system, all put together, is going to give you that rugged trailer build that you're looking for in getting off-road. Mud flaps on the back. They also put some in the front that we can point out. That's going to keep the underneath from getting caked if you get in a wet situation, a lot of mud slinging up. Right here, you've got bash bars that are powder coated. That's going to protect the underbelly, as well as you have aluminum protecting all of the tanks underneath. So you happen to get on a rock, get a slash, get a dent, you're going to protect your tanks with that. All of that is really meant for all of the off-grid travel. The other thing that makes this such a great off-road trailer is that you have a hot-dipped galvanized chassis. Now that steel is going to be heavy duty. It is a 5x2-inch chassis, runs the full length, very well done. You even have jack points on it that are very easy to identify, and a lifetime warranty. Doesn't get any better than that. That is how much MDC believes in what they build. Now, right here on the side, there is also that 110 plug. You never know what you want to plug in out here because you've got a really nice 18-foot awning, but it also comes with an annex room. That comes with the MDC trailer. 18 feet, it is going to provide almost as much space outside as you have inside. Pretty amazing. It's also got the floor, the draft skirt, everything you need is with it. This is going to be a table that comes down. It holds 25 pounds, so it could be a bar. It could be just a place to set some cool drinks. I mean, who knows what you would use it for, but nice to have an outside space like that. Now, you probably noticed you've got speakers inside, you've got speakers outside. You can start the party with that. In the back, you've got a standard mud tire back here. It matches what's on the trailer. No smaller version to get you by. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, you want something that's going to hold up. So you've got a matching tire here, heavy-duty ladder to get on the roof where you've got 700 watts of solar. You've got 4 panels up there. They are going to feed that 800 amp hours of lithium battery. That's going to keep you going when you're out there off the grid. Now you've got a heavy-duty bumper in the back, you've got recovery hooks underneath, and backup camera and a rear light. So really set up well back here. Let's talk about the drop-down stabilizer jacks. They're heavy-duty, they drop down, and of course you want to just put some weight on them so that it's stable. They are not meant to lift the trailer or level it, but you want to be sure you're stable because terrain is not always even. So that gives you an easy way to do that. Right here is where we have the cassette toilet. And there is a latch underneath. You lift up, the entire thing comes out. So it's not big, it's not difficult. And then you've got a handle that folds out here, and you can tote this wherever you need to, dump it, whether it's in a toilet somewhere or whether you're off grid, you find a vault toilet. Whatever you find is the best way to dump it. It's easy to do. Just swivel this out, take the cap off. You do have a button right at the back to let some air in so you don't have any bubbling as you're dumping it. And it's just a simple operation. Let's fold that back in, and when you're done, you slide it right back in and you're ready to continue. Very simple. Up here is the water system. Now you do have a hatch. You just take the cover off. You can put the hose right through there. Makes it very simple. Then you can close this door. Inside outside shower right here, hot and cold. And the MDC is going to come with a shower tent, 4 foot by 4 foot. So you've got plenty of room. Don't want to be inside, or you just want to get all that mud off without having it go in your gray tank, totally get that. You've got a great shower tent right up here. See the bar that it attaches to, and all that space to take this nice outside shower. Yeah, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere. A lot of great things on this camper that are made for really being outside away from everyone. You've got both of your freshwater tanks, and then you do have access to fill the gray tank as well. If you want to fill that and empty it, that is easily done right here. And then of course, city water. If you have a hydrant that's pressurized, instead of using the pump, just hook it up right here. That's going to go directly to your faucet and bypass the tanks. You can also have that hose, as I said, come right through here. So then you close the door, latch it, you're good to go. Now, while we're here, I want to just mention that they triple seal all their doors. You've got an inside seal, an outside seal, and an inside seal here as well. So when you close this, you see these latches are going to tighten it up. That's why it isn't a slam latch. It's a twist latch to tighten it in. And what that's going to do is keep all that dust and dirt when you get out there on the open road from entering all of your compartments. It's really well done. Nice bash bar down here. And what you're seeing here is 3 access points to hook up portable solar. You do have 700 watts of solar on the roof, but each one of these ports could hold up to 200 watts of solar. So you could add another 600 here if you wanted. Often somebody is going to be parking in the shade, and portable solar is a great way to keep those batteries charged. So that is all ready for you right here on the side. Now this is going to be more of the Truma tank here. Don't need to open that. It's not something that you need to access, but it's going to be ready for you right there. Of course, your shore power that you can plug in. And the storage on the front, very well done. It's diamond plate, it's heavy duty, and let's take a look at that. So they have a little clip latch, gonna keep it secure. And let's open these up. I like the heavy duty latches on them. They also have gas props, so they're gonna stay open. You can use both hands. They are set up on both sides with the jerry can holder. Very popular in Australia, maybe not as much here in the US, but if you're going to get off the grid, you might want fuel for something. You might want extra water. Whatever it is you'd like to carry, you've got the jerry can holders. If you would just prefer to use this for storage space, yeah, they're easily removable, but very helpful a lot of times. Now in the center, what you're going to see is 2 20-pound propane tanks. So they fit in here. There is a little bit of extra storage space maybe. Putting extra gear in here around there probably isn't the best idea. The propane areas are going to have an open bottom because propane's heavier than air. It's going to drop out the bottom. You don't want to cover all that up. You want to stay safe, and you can't lock this cabinet. You could put a lock on these, but this center one, yeah, you're not allowed to lock it because you want access in case there's a leak so you can turn it off, avoid an explosion. All that to say, 2 tanks right here, very easy to operate, all protected in this really nice, easy to access compartment. Get that closed here. Now the front of the trailer, it's easy to see this hot dip galvanized frame that I talked about, the heavy dutiness of it, and you can see why they have a lifetime guarantee on it. One unusual thing right here on the side is going to be a water faucet, but you get out here, you get dirty, you need to wash your hands, very available right there. We talked about the DC to DC charger, and that Anderson plug is right here as well. And again, it's all set up on the vehicle for you. This is a 50 amp charger. It is going to charge those batteries really quickly. And you do have to set up the piece on your vehicle, so be sure to talk to your dealer about that. But very well worth doing. You do have the standard 7-way plug here, and that's going to be the same as you find on any other trailer. It's going to run your lights. It will trickle charge the batteries, but if you want them fully charged by the time you get there, remember, you've got 800 amp hours of battery. So yeah, this Anderson plug is the way to go. Heavy duty chains, and they've got chain hooks on the side, just make it a little easier. There is a cover on this hitch, and it's the articulating hitch. Really nice setup. It is the DO35 hitch, and the pin goes right up in it, and then all you do is push the button and it latches in. So you don't have to worry about whether it's completely hooked up or not. Very easy to do, and of course it turns side to side. It's going to go up and down. It's going to allow you to go on extremely rough terrain without any damage to your vehicle or the trailer. They put on a heavy-duty jockey wheel here by ARC. The best part of it is that you can just pull on the side, swivel it up out of the way so you don't have any of that hitch hanging down when you're traveling in rough terrain. One more thing right here up on the front is that this MDC is equipped with the Tucson TSC electronic sway control. Now that sway control is going to help you when you're on the highway. And so if you get a little too much sway going on, it is going to engage the brakes on each side to whatever it needs to do to try to control that sway. So it is a nice safety feature to have. It is already on the trailer, nothing you have to do. The blue light comes on when it's engaged, and you're good to go. Now when you get off-road, it is going to sense that, and it's going to turn off because you don't need it then. Your trailer can get on rough roads, and you want it to maneuver accordingly. So a very nice feature to have. All right, let's check out the outdoor kitchen, because if you've heard me talk about MDC, you know that I am a huge fan. I think this is one of the best outdoor kitchens on the market. Let's open it up right here. And you've got a latch here, so if you're off-road, it is going to be latched in with this bar. You want to lift it up and twist that to undo it on that side, and then of course the release is right there. And it slides straight out. There's an extra prep tray right here on the end. Now, it's a little bit dipped. There is a leg that you just drop in. You can see that port underneath where you just put the leg in, tighten it up. So it's extremely sturdy. Now, to open it up, you've got little elastic straps here, and this flips open. You do have a windscreen you can put out if you need it, and that beautiful 3-burner stove that I showed you on the inside. Identical to the inside stove, glass top flips up, and you've got 3 nice residential style burners. Down below, silverware drawer. Now, if you don't want your silverware outside, that's okay. This just lifts out, and you can make it whatever you want. But it's very nice that they made it easy and compartmentalized like that. Now, next to it, right here, is another drawer, utensils, maybe some things you're cooking with. Now this actually is access to the hoses and the setup under here. So that is not storage, but this next piece just lifts up, and this is such a nice shelf. You unlatch it, the shelves come down. I mean, you could put dishes up here to dry, you could put food up here, the things you want to prep with, or maybe just the items you want to grab when you're outside. Very nice to have that. A nice size sink. This sink is going to be probably just as big as the one inside. The outside kitchen is a real draw on this trailer. The gas port that you're going to be connecting that stove to is right here. So if you have a different grill or a different gas item you want to use, of course, just plug that in. It can sit right over here and you can have a nice wraparound kitchen. Love this setup. It's heavy duty. Just makes me want to cook something. So I hope you can see why the XT16HR Island is one of my favorite trailers and definitely one of my favorite MDC trailers. It's a great trailer to go off grid. It's a great trailer to go to the campsite and just relax. All of the above. I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV, and I love showing you these trailers. So I'll see you next time.